Hey everybody! I'm making another video. It feels weird actually to be making a video for YouTube again. It's been so long. First, I really like to apologize, even though this video isn't going to have anything to do with Harry Potter or UTARP. I'd really like to apologize to all my UTARP people. My life has kind of taken a different turn, and though I'm still a major Harry Potter fan and I'm still going to Infinitus and all that, it's not where my focus is lying, and I just haven't been able to concentrate, and it had gotten to the point where apparently no one else could concentrate either, so I really kind of forgot about it for quite a period of time. So, sorry that died. But occasionally I'll be making videos about Harry Potter and stuff on here, but the majority of my videos are probably going to be more about Wicca. And that's starting today. I'm actually starting my beginner Wicca series, I guess, because we were actually talking, Bray and I, the other day about me starting to teach, and though I'm not ready to do that yet after only 8 years of study, I started thinking about the future when I will feel ready to teach. So, I think that this is a good way to prepare myself for that future time when I will take on a student or so. So, this is my I'm new to Wicca video. Because I'm part of a few Wicca sites and pagan sites in general, and every day there's at least 3 new topics about what to do and how everyone's so lost. And yes, I know that the world of Wicca can be very intimidating, I guess, but this is kind of a form of guidance for new people, because I know not everyone can run out and buy books, and I know not everyone can do all that, but the first thing that you should do is to start looking up stuff yourself. Because I guarantee if you get on any of those sites and you search for newbie advice or seeker advice or something like that, or resources on something you're interested in, you're gonna find something. And speaking as a member that's been studying for well, at least a few years on those sites, it makes a much better impression to come and ask if a resource you found is credible, having found it by yourself, proving that you took the initiative to go look for something. To ask for book recommendations is kind of, I don't want to say lazy, but it kind of is. It gives that impression, because so many people have asked for it before. We're just copying and pasting our answers to everyone else. Everyone's giving you the same recommendations over and over to every single seeker. So why can't you look at their lists? It's not going to be any different if you don't give us any information. If you say, I'm looking for a book about ... then that's different. Your recommendations will be tailored to what you want. But if you make a post that says, I'm new, I don't know what I'm doing, give me something to look at, it's going to be the same for everyone. And that's really what a lot of people do. And I know, I'm not saying that that's horrible that you're confused. I'm really not. I'm just saying that Wicca is a path, at least for solitaries, and even for people who are going to join covens in the future, it's a very self-reliant path. You have to take responsibility for your own learning. You have to have that drive to learn, or you're not going to get anywhere on this path. I mean, even if you have a teacher or you're in a coven, you have to have that drive. You have to have that thirst for knowledge. And that's not proving it that you have it to us if you're just asking us to hand you the stuff that you need. So that's why I really like some of those sites, though, because aside from those threads, they really do teach you a lot. No matter what your level of learning, you're going to learn something from every thread, pretty much. You're going to learn what authors to stay away from, what authors to read, what everyone's views on different things are. You're going to see debates that are really going to make you think about what you're reading, because to go pick up a book and read it is not sufficient. You have to analyze what you're reading. You have to think, this is what this author says, but do I agree with it? Because if you just absorb everything that you read, well, you should absorb everything you read, but if you just, like, take it all in and say, oh, well, that's how it is, that's not really going to help you at all. You need to analyze it. You need to think critically about what you just read and if it's right for you. The other piece of advice I would give, besides those two, is you have to really... Oh my god, I just lost my other piece of advice. What was I going to say? Oh, a lot of people get on message boards and they're like, I'm Wiccan, blah, 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 but I don't think this and this, when there are major beliefs of Wicca. Before you say you're Wiccan, you really need to do some research. You can say you're interested in the religion of Wicca, you can say all sorts of stuff, but you are really going to get on people's bad sides if you automatically say you're Wiccan after you've read a chapter in a book. So it is a religion. There are different opinions about who's Wiccan and blah blah blah, and those are major debates in the Wiccan community. Personally, I have adopted the title of Neo-Wiccan because I acknowledge that Wicca is an initiatory religion. So, not being an initiate yet, in a coven, I'm not technically Wiccan, but I still hold a lot of the beliefs that the outer court is aware of. And I still practice in a Wicca-esque manner. So there's no other term to really go by except eclectic. And eclectic is, I mean, it suits me, it does. It's just, you get a little more clarification if you say that you follow a Wicca-like path. And solitary / neo-Wicca is a very valid path. I'm not saying it's not, because obviously I'm solitary Wiccan, but you have to acknowledge that it's slightly different than what people in a coven are practicing. And I'm gonna wrap it up, because my videos tend to go really long. I'm gonna wrap it up by saying I've said a lot about how people are going to perceive you as a newbie, and how you can allay some of their fears or bad responses on web boards if you ask. But in general, the pagan community is very accepting to those who genuinely wish to learn and practice. If you have the thirst for knowledge, if you really believe in these things, then they will welcome you. But if you get on boards and you're like, I need a spell to make so-and-so fall in love with me, or you go on about werewolves and vampires and fairies and spirits and things, and I'm not saying none of those exist, I'm not, but if that's all you talk about, they're not going to take you seriously. So I don't want you to be afraid of Wiccans. I really don't. If you have questions, you can feel free to ask me, you can send me messages, you can ask people on boards. I'm just giving you advice on how you can best ease into the community, I think, and how you can best start on your path. So that's my first video on beginning Wicca, and I'm gonna do a book series after this. That's actually why I'm sitting here. I'm gonna film it like right now. So yeah, I'll be back.